Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thanks again so much for joining me here. I hope you're having a phenomenal day. Another look here at AVAX, seeing what's going on. We've got some pretty cool stuff here. And I say cool stuff because the price is pulling back as we've anticipated, right? Now, while we didn't get a chance to jump into a short because the price was falling, and I don't like to try to catch a falling knife or whatever the inverse of that would be, I think that this AVAX is coming up into this little support range here, and there's a lot of reasons why we should see a recovery soon. Once more, that comes with a disclosure of gotta wait for Bitcoin to either A, pull its head out of its ass, or B, stop underperforming, whatever terms you want to kind of imply there. Again, quick congrats to our community members for some awesome profits here. We took some shorts with ICP, 21%, Bitcoin 27%, and Near Protocol 38% essentially. We also have a Solana and a BNB short as well that came through, so good stuff. Congrats to our community members. Also, future reference too, if you are in our community, I've enabled new channels. Make sure you reference trade alerts and of course our live chart section as well, so you can kind of stay abreast on not only the charts that I provide, but more importantly, specific detailed analysis there for our community. So looking at AVAX here, I mean, when we look at liquidation, we can see $26 to $27 is that lower level. We still have some liquidation there. Again, that's pretty much there because of late longs though. Okay, a lot of people taking along at $26.50, $27, and essentially hoping for the best. And that's pretty much what it is right now. Honestly, if you are taking along right now in the market, you are hoping for the best, you're an optimist, okay? And I get that, I'm an optimist too. But I do not like to take trades that don't have optimistic qualities. Okay, and I'll explain what I mean by that here. Generally speaking though, big picture is looking pretty bad for AVAX. We got a strong amount of, well, not a strong amount, that's probably the wrong word, a large amount of liquidation at $24.20, upwards of 26. So a $24 to $26 range is pretty massive, and it's kind of a glaringly obvious area of retracement. Again, this is under the impression Bitcoin pulls back to that low 60K mark. If we see the CME gap for Bitcoin filled, we will see that area swept for AVAX. There's no other way around it. Okay, because again, AVAX had its time in the sun here recently. I'm not sure what happened. It got a wild hair up its ass, and it just kind of went bonkers, right? But it's pulling back way worse. I mean, if you look at this here, the peaks and valleys, that's perfect. The name suits it, right? It's an avalanche up and an avalanche down. Just garbage garbage trading. Okay, anyways, let's go ahead and look at the daily and work our way down. All bias aside, let's go ahead and see what's going on. Because again, when you look at the charts, folks, doesn't matter how much you believe in a coin, doesn't matter how much you have invested, you just look at it abstractly and make sure you understand the details. What we see here is at $25.75, basically $26 is that point of control ever since we've been in this range from June 20th as a rough estimate. So we've been here for about 5 weeks. In this range, in the last 5 weeks, we've seen the most amount of buying pressure at 26. And therefore, nice solid amount of support in that area and or a good place to consider buying a dip. So me personally, that's that 0.618 fib level, perfect area there. It makes perfect sense to get long in that level, okay? So me, I'm going to consider a long at that in that range just because it has those contributing factors, that strong golden pocket and those point of control. You combine those two together, it's going to provide some pretty solid support. Stochastic still swinging down. RSI lost 50. Most coins have not even lost 50 yet, and AVAX did. And then MACD is starting to diverge here. So we could even see further downside, much lower than 26. Again, there is potential here for 24, 25. So that's a very real thing. As far as moving averages are concerned, we're below every single one of them. And that's not a favorable sign either. Okay, so again, you generally don't want to take longs into that. Now, again, different stories altogether for points of control and specific key level fibs, but once more at this point, we can presume the price is going to continue lower until it doesn't. We're going to draw out our trend lines a little further as well, just to kind of get perspective there. And then I'll go ahead and post our playout chart on our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord. If you're not familiar, I provide these kind of charts regularly, just so you can kind of see these here. I recommend enabling alerts on that, just so you can get notified. When it comes to AVAX, though, on the 4-hour time frame, we're getting closer to 30 on the RSI. And we're also close to that 20 mark for the money flow index. When those two things come to that lower level, that specific range, it's common for the price to bounce back. Okay, so I'm not claiming we're going to see avalanche jump back up to the $30 range or higher, but what we could do is see the price pull back up to the next key fib level or the more recent low, which in this case here is 28.50. If you recall, 28.50 was that initial area of support that we were supposed to have. and it just dropped its bottom when Bitcoin fell down. Okay, so it's funny. I don't know if you've seen the memes of how Bitcoin will make a move and then altcoins just tumble. That's literally what happened here. Like they all tripped and fell, and it's pathetic the way that altcoins drop like this, but it's kind of par for the course, right? Bitcoin calls the shots. There's no other way around it. Okay, so 4-hour time frame is bearish, right? We're below all moving averages. We got the 200-day SMA just kind of hanging out there at 27, hoping to hold the price action. So if we do just take our more recent point of control, the last 10 days of trading, we can see here $27 is that low level. This should be the initial bottom. My speculation is 26 or 24 is also very likely, and if so, maybe consider adding to your position there. Those would be good spot buys or spot buy considerations. Hourly, to summarize here, Ichimoku Cloud, it's going to be bearish. Everything's bearish here. There's no other way around it. Today's TPO here is the time price opportunity. We see the most amount of volume at 27.35. So the price does close below this 0.5 fib level. I think the 0.618 fib level is much more likely. So it's probably going to be, price action, do something along these lines here. So once more, a lot of different situations all together that could occur, but it seems likely for the price to pull back before it legs up again, especially with Bitcoin being on the retracement. So I would not expect magnificent or awesome things from Avalanche. This coin has a tendency of, I wouldn't say surprising you. It's the opposite of that. Like it's like, oh boy, it dropped again. Oh geez. It's just one of those coins, unfortunately, that has a tendency of just doing really poorly when Bitcoin does bad. And even when Bitcoin does good, it's still done fairly poor. And just out of nowhere, recently, it gave us a run for its money. So I would steer clear of this one, folks. There's no reason to trade this coin right now. I'm going to set alerts at the 0.618 fib level here. Consider a long position there, just because that is a very strong point of control for the last 5 weeks worth of trading. And again, that 0.618 fib level generally will hold very strong initially. Okay, we got a pretty strong support here too. All right, folks, once again, thanks again so much for your time. Look forward to working with you if you want to become a better trader again. CryptoCache.tech is a site, link down below. Be sure to reference BitUnix, link down below for this. You get phenomenal rewards, $5,500 in benefits if you use my link to register. I recommend these guys because we've been using them as a community for over a year now, or close to a year now, and they have treated us phenomenally. They are a really good exchange. They work well with you. And if you want a no KYC or VPN alternative to some of those big boys out there, look no further. Thanks so much for your time. We'll see you the next one. Have a good day. Bye-bye.